Good morning, friends. I am so excited and proud of myself because I just banded our smallest hen turkey all by myself. And I wanted to share it with you guys. And the reason why this is exciting is because we have two different litters, or I guess you would call them, two different bloodlines of turkeys. And in one bloodline, we have two females and our tom turkey. And then in the other bloodline, we have two toms and the one female. So I want to take the one female, the ones we call the baby turkeys, because they're like 3 weeks behind the other ones. So they're all smaller, but we can definitely tell we have two males and one female. And so I want to breed the baby female to our tom from the other litter so that we don't mix bloodlines. And it works out perfectly that we have 3 breeding pairs because we have 2 and 1 of the opposite in each litter. The brothers of the little turkeys can mate the sisters. We'll separate them all, so there'll be 3 different pens of turkeys, but the 2 baby brothers will be mated to the 2 big hens of the first litter, and then our big tom will be mated to the baby hen so that we don't cross bloodlines. But the reason why I just decided to bite the bullet and do it today is because it's getting difficult to tell the difference between our baby hen and our big girl hens. She's getting to be about the same size as them now. So every day I look at her and I'm like, oh God, it's getting harder and harder to tell. It's getting harder and harder to tell. And so I just jumped. I don't know why today felt right to me, but I just did it. And I was really nervous how it was going to go down because the tom was all defensive and her brothers were defensive. Everyone was a flare, but it went down really smoothly and I'm so happy about that. So I'm going to see if I can show you guys here. This is our tom right here walking up to us. But she is this hen right here. She's got the yellow band on. And she's standing next to her brother who's a tom, and these 2 are her brothers. They're the toms. But you can see, there's a glare on my phone. Okay, so she's standing next to one of the big girl hens right now. And so she is a little bit smaller, which is why I was able to identify her. But not by much. So rather than push it any longer, I decided today was the day. And when I got in, everybody knew something was up because they saw the net. They knew something was up, so they were very cautious of me. But she singled herself out accidentally, and I took that. Yes, you can see her right there. She was next to another hen, and she looks fairly similar. But she singled herself out, so I was able just to net her, and I just kept her on the ground and pulled out her leg and banded it and then opened it up enough and she just ducked right out. So it all went very smooth. Thank you for not attacking me. Thanks for protecting her, but not hurting me. I appreciate it. You're a good boy. So you may be saying, well, why didn't you just band her when she was smaller? And the answer to that is we did. But the difference is we got bands for our chickens and then we got bands for our turkeys. And what we realized after is that the turkey bands are too big for our female turkeys. And we had banded her, but we banded her with a turkey band, and she was much smaller. So when I put it on, I could tell it was large, but I was like, well, with her toes, you know, it might stay on. It wasn't like obviously falling off, and it was on her for like 2 days. But at some point, she either pulled it off or kicked it off or something. And then we just haven't gone back and done it again. So I just put a chicken band on her. And actually the chicken bands are too small for our roosters. So the bigger bands are good for the males. If we don't need to band any of our roosters anymore because we dispatched all the other roosters. We only had them banded so that we knew which ones we wanted to keep for breeding. So I took them off of our current roosters. But if we were to need to band one of our chicken roosters in the future, we'll use the turkey bands. And any females, I think we'll just, whether it's chicken, guinea, whatever, I think we'll just use the chicken bands for them. But of course, I'll always keep an eye on them to see if anything gets too loose or too tight. But that seems to be what we have come up with currently. So definitely happy to have this taken care of, and fingers crossed that band stays on her, because if it falls off at this point, I don't know that we'll be able to tell the difference, and then we'll just be playing eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.